always think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get on out my problems, let me.
Okay, Coach, well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down. It's Howard. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Six, mullet high.
In your face.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Ten two stop.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Pilot 64. Weak.
Same. Check 3. Check.
Ready.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run with Howard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
80 weapons. Jim. 49. Check 49. Hey, Delta.
Now Joe Mixon. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Yep. He's moving, boys, he's moving. Hey, there goes.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Good track.
Hey, Zoo.
Let's 57's Mike.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
57's the Mike.
Sleep River.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Ready.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
He's checking crack.
We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey.
Motion. Hey, check motion, man.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Look at me. Go.
Alert 3.
Leo. Now. Go.
They'll drop the throw. Flush to his right. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
X3. 218. Chop it.
Watch the shift. Hey.
And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 49-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Buzz.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22.
61. Match box light.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
This time 7.
31's the mic.
Right here. Bravo.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes,
and he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
2nd and 15. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Solid.
Check nickel. Watch twist.
Running with Howard. And an alley to run.
Get there.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6, and the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the toss play, Howard. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll set up the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he pick?
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott Good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. Smooth. Watch out. Yep.
Watch the slant.
Motion.
53's the mic.
Forget it.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Jackson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They go with Howard again. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike. 180. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
The 2nd down attempt there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Roy.
From midfield, here's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 36.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wentz to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
31 for Mike.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Again, it's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Let's go.
Hey, high 7.
53, Mike. 50.
Sleep grip.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Third down. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
On the ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Under 10. 10.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Check 37. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go. 180.
Man, that's trash.
On first down, they run with Howard. Dances by him. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
57, Mike.
From the 17, Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Eagles on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, orbit.
Play action. Now Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Get in the right room. Check 99. Check 99. Hey, look.
Now.
SOS.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Go.
53. Bandit.
Drive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
53. Mike. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check.
There.
Check. Hot.
Go. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey. Shoot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Try to punch it in with Howard. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. The defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Nice 57's mine. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe it.
Back to throw. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 39. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Bravo. Go.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 23 yards, the final tally. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%.
1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Team spill.
Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
90 Wolf.
They'll give it to Mixon. A little juke. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make our score 31-14 now.
Pocket set to kick off.
This will be taken short. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike.
Here we go. 280.
Mike. I'm scared. Switch.
81. What's that?
Wentz to throw. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Kill.
List line two.
Kill.
On play action, Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.